G'day, I'm Simulated Irk, and welcome to episode 5 of Simulated Irk Train Simulator 2017. SimulatedIrk.com, and follow me on Twitter at SimulatedIrk. Last episode we spent quite a bit of time down in South London. Wasn't expecting to spend that much time up there, but we had some game issues, so I thought I'd extend the episode. But today, episode 5, we're off to North London. Will be in the Class 378 Capital Star electric multiple unit that can operate third rail or can operate overhead, and we'll be on a 50-minute journey. We're in the middle of a run from Stratford, originally starting at Clapham Junction, and we'll be stopping at all stations along the way. It's a cloudy summer day. It's a cloudy summer day, and it's just after 8 o'clock in the morning. So I hope you enjoyed the last episode. It was a little bit longer than I was expecting. Mind you, I wasn't expecting all the issues that I had the other night. Also, I wasn't expecting that trip to take so long to go from London Victoria to London Bridge. So we've got a few excellent episodes coming up, including our next episode where we're off to Japan, and soon, hopefully, we'll be able to get our hands on the heavy hull beta version of Train Sim World, and so we'll have a run through that as well. Good morning, driver. You're on your way to Stratford, calling at all stations en route coming from Clapham Junction. Right ahead is clear and the weather is great, so there shouldn't be any interruptions on this service. Good luck. Okay, we have the signal. That's in front of the train. Back of the train. Giving us the signal, so let's horn and let's get out of here. I've actually started this mid-section, which is unusual in my limited train simulator experience. Normally they start you at a station. Now our next stop is Willesden Junction. I actually spent a fair bit of time in and around this area where we are now. The last time I was in London in 2014. So I had a huge amount of options depending on where I was going and what I was up to. I had this London Overground service that I could take in either direction. I had two separate tube lines near me on the London Underground, and of course buses that would take me directly into the centre of London. So certainly had it all going on. So if we have a look outside at the moment, that's what we're up against. .20 mile/hour speed restriction. That's not really a great cover view, is it? So depending on what I felt like doing, and sometimes I was on the underground, sometimes I was on the overground, sometimes I was on a bus. I had a great range of transport options in around the North London area. There's many areas on the overground that have been done up, been renovated, rejuvenated. As you can see, this particular area, there's a lot of industry around, which is fairly typical of the sort of environment that you'd have in North London. And here's one of our colleagues coming the other way. We're almost got visual on the station here at Wilkes Junction. So we'll jump back in the cab. Going back onto a 20 board, which is fine because we're on one anyway. Some double-decker buses down there. Here comes the station. Start to put some brakes on in a sec. I've got a great view of the platform on this side, so I'm not exactly sure how much platform I have to play with. That's basically the end of the platform where the signal is. So we'll load and unload. So we've still got some room down there by the looks of it. You can go from one side of the station to the other, connect with other services, and you can also connect with the underground, and you can also connect with buses around there as well. So time to jump back in the cab and continue our journey. So fairly similar style trains to the trains that we drove in the last episode. One of the scenarios, which I haven't done yet, says that you can actually have to change the power en route between the third rail and the electric overhead, which we're using now, which is actually an interesting experience to watch live. Got the road. Kensal Rise is our next stop. Lots of slow speed running at the moment, 20 miles an hour. Oh, we just got up to a 35 board, so we can open her up a little bit more. Just under a mile to go for our next station. Stations are a little further apart than what they would be on the tube. Can't quite see the station yet. If you are in London and you have an Oyster card, all of this area is Oyster compatible. So you can go on the underground and the overground. You don't have to stick to the tube. Having said that, about half of London's underground trains are actually above ground. They're not necessarily all underground all the time. Start to see the station now, so put some brakes on. Not easy platform, going about 20 miles an hour. Start to put some more brakes on. Stairs are at the end of the platform, so I've got a good visual on this platform. Just go to the end of the platform, which with the stairs and everything at this end, that's usually the procedure. Everything stops here. And we'll load and unload. So that's a fairly typical London Overground station at this particular area. Of course, a lot of these stations were modernised when this line was converted to London Overground. What will we park next? So we can accelerate pretty well out of here. issue. Will load and unload again. Wait for the doors to close and then we'll get out of here. Doors are closing. And I've heard no actual beep 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 to tell me that the doors are closed and that we're right to proceed, so not sure exactly what the problem is at this moment. I'll open again. The lady's joining the front of the train there. This is going to kill her on time running something shocking. Doors are closing. Doors are closed. And somehow it's letting us depart even though we didn't hear any beep beep beep, which is strange. As I've said before, I'm not exactly sure with all the operating procedures here, so we'll go with that. Rondels will be parked next. Just under half a mile. Some of the stations are close together like this. Shortly, there it is. So we'll just roll in, do about 20 miles hitting the platform. Stairs look to be at the departure end again. As with many things railway, things aren't always in the same spot. Sometimes the stairs are at the arrival end, sometimes they're at the departure end, sometimes they're in the middle. A lot of it comes down to route knowledge. My day is looking at your watch. I've got one too. People think they're funny that when they're looking at their watches when you're coming into the platform. Looks like we've still got plenty of room for another couple of carriages. Doors closing. There we go, heard it that time. And sometimes you can hear the doors close but not hear the signal to proceed if it's a bell or a ding or whatever it is where you have the beep. And because you're stopping at so many stations on these all stations, right? Did you hear it? Now there may be some extra signal that I'm missing. This station's fairly close. Got a visual on it now. So sometimes you have to look for a secondary piece of evidence. You know, is there a particular light that's supposed to be on or it's supposed to be off that will give you that visual aid that the doors are actually closed and your eyes are go. start. We'll open and close the doors. Open and close the doors. Maybe nobody's just released the doors and nobody's opened the doors and he said that I have opened the doors. Doors are closing. Next stop West Hampstead, and that was a station that I got on and off a lot when I was coming to and from central London. I'd usually connect with the bus back to the hostel that I was staying at. So they are fairly close together in this section. Now, of course, regular drivers along here would have their braking points and powering points like any driver does. But because I'm not from around here and I'm simulated, and I don't have don't necessarily have the road knowledge, and it looks fairly similar to what it would be in real life, from what I can remember. And the time on my display actually matches up with the time that's on the screen on the platform, which is fairly cool. Doors closing. Not even half a mile away to the next station, Finchley Road. So by the time you pick up any sort of speed, it's time to decelerate and start braking again. The acceleration on these trains isn't too bad for what they are. Roll in now. That's alright. Still got a little bit of platform to play with. And wipe the doors. That camera view is not very helpful. As you can see, we've still got a bit of room at the arrival end of the platform there in case there's a longer train. Beep beep that time. Heaps and heaps, Dex, almost a mile away. Picking up speed well through the tunnel, we'll shut off now. That approach is a little bit deceptive the first time. This was another station that I can get off at. Whoops. Didn't mean to go into emergency. Here we go. Still a little bit of room at that end, and a little bit of room at that end. You don't necessarily have the feeling that you'd have my mouse with a controller. Need to get my controller working. Apparently there's a Windows 10 issue. Next, just under a mile. Not exactly sure what the 35 over 45 meant on that speed book. We do have a 20-mile-an-hour board coming up after the next signal. Start a brake at the next signal. Looks like we're going downhill a bit too. Braking feels fairly good. Just a tad over. So we don't have a lot of playroom now coming into Gospel Oak platform 2 going downhill. Starting the brake coming into the station. A little bit under the normal approach speed that I have usually been doing. And we'll pull up. According to my display, we've got a 45-mile-an-hour speed board just past the signal there, so we can just power straight into it when we leave the platform here at Gospel Oak. See, we seem to be picking up some time as we go along. Kentish Town West is next, in just over half a mile. Oops. I didn't think the acceleration would be that good actually to be able to speed limit from that stop. The whole of the train has to pass the speed board, and it has. There's the platform. Looks like it curves around a little bit before it actually makes it to the platform. A little bit deceptive. Sometimes you can see a landmark and think, oh yeah, there's the station, but you've got to go around a few curves to actually get to it. Stopping nicely at the end of the platform. They've done a really good job with the scenery on this one. As we'll see in some later episodes, that's not necessarily the case in all cases. So we're on a 45 mile an hour board at the moment. We do have a 20 coming up in about a quarter of a mile. So we'll get to about 20, 25 and then we'll shut off. Speeding all the way up to 45 and then harshly coming back down to 20. Camden Town is next, so we're starting to come down into the fringes of the centre of London. So some of the touristy spots, lots of things to do around the Camden Road area. There's our 20 board. Around the left, see the station shortly. As I've said before, this game will recognise to the second if you're over the speed limit, and it will show you at the end the amount of seconds that you've been over the speed limit. Roll into this last little bit. Oh, that camera view doesn't really help. We'll do a little bit of this view. We haven't had much of an external view so far on this route because of the stations being fairly close together. mile an hour board for the moment. There's another train passing us by. My lights on. Here we go. I thought the lights would already be on because they started this midsection, but obviously not. Bit more speed. Caledonian Road, next. A little bit more distance between the stations in this section. Bit of a chance for some external view that we haven't had much of. Happened then? It said that the noises were that the doors were open. A little odd. There she came out. We'll just put a brake on at the moment. Just kill some of the speed. Shorter platform than what you might normally have. Oh yeah, look, we made it. That's officially the coupler camera from above the coupler. So yes, we did make it. Time for releasing to next. Another phantom doors opening and closing. So you don't necessarily have time to get up to 40 miles an hour because there's the station. Coming a bit slow. And that will do nicely. That camera doesn't help. It's got so much room at that end of the platform. under half a mile. Signal about halfway between the two stations. South Kingo next. Now 3/4 of a mile away. Stop there. Sometimes you can't tell what camera is going to work where. So you think, oh yeah, I've got a good view of the train on this camera. You get to it and it's like the top of a roof or something like that. That one's not much better. Couple of cam. You can still see that I'm on the platform there with a couple of cam. Hackney Central next. Not quite a mile away. not necessarily the start of our platform. Oh, I've unlocked an achievement. And Hackney Central. Again, nice view of the station roof. And plenty of room down the back. And this is basically the London equivalent of what I do every day. Stuff goal stations. $500 kilometre apart, sometimes more. Next stop is Overton. Yeah, that's a little bit deceptive where the station actually is. Emergency. I'm at home at can't remember if it's actually pronounced like that. I think it is. Not a lot of room at that end by the looks of that. Sometimes the stations are a little bit shorter, just depending on what infrastructure's around. See, we're fairly consistent now with how late we're running. Sometimes you just get to that point where you don't necessarily are running any later, but you're not necessarily making up time either. Hackney Wick next. Little bit of distance between Overton and Hackney Wick. Oh, forgot about the 25 board that's coming up. The braking's good on this train, not like that one in Germany, and Hamburg one. I'd still be braking in the middle of next week. Not sure what stadium that is in the background. Pretty impressive, whatever it is. Looks a little bit like the UFO from here. Oh, great camera view that, marvellous. Marvellous. And we're coming up to our destination, Stratford, just over a mile, but because it's coming up to the end of the line, we can expect the speeds to reduce. So yeah, rolled into the false sense of security. Oh, we're on a 45 board at the moment. We've got a 20 coming up. So you can change your Stratford for London Underground, upper London Overground services, and also the Eurostar. Stratford expect to have signals against you as well. Stations between us and the platform. As one of our colleagues comes towards us. 24 coming up, so no rush. Wave to the driver. I don't know why we do that. I was never actually given an official reason or an anecdotal reason why you tend to wave at other drivers as they go past. Of course I do it if it's safe to do so, but yeah, it's like a tradition, just to say, hey mate, how you going? Have a nice day. And all of that in about 30 seconds. If that, 10 seconds, sometimes you don't even recognise the person, you just wave anyway. Sometimes you might recognise them and point at them or give them a special wave or something like that. One signal to go into Stratford platform 1. 15 forward just before the station platform. So no great rush. Not going to make up the time now. And we'll just let it roll. No more signals. One more speed board. And Stratford platform 1. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Things have gone a lot smoother this time in North London, and I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode we're off to Japan, which should be rather cool. There's not a lot of train simulator maps in Japan, somewhat surprisingly. 15 board coming up. So I'll be looking forward to that. You can find me online, simulatedurk.com. Follow me on Twitter at simulatedurk, and check out some of the other games I'm playing, including Bus Simulator 2016, the law enforcement version of Grand Theft Auto 5. I've just got X-Plane 10. So that should be fairly cool as well when I learn how to play that. And of course many more episodes of Train Simulator 2016 planned, and this is a longer platform. We can see the marker now, so we'll start to pull up. We'll go right to that marker. We'll unload our passengers. And that is the end of our scenario. Congratulations, driver. You've successfully finished your journey from Clapham to Stratford. Let's see how you did. So, how did I do? I unlocked an achievement, and I think I scored 0. What? I got some stars though, so that's good. Speeding, timeliness on time for the first couple, accidentally went into emergency, was a bit late at Hampstead Heath, Gospel Oak. The damage was really done was at Brondlesby Park when I was waiting for the signal, and I was never really on time after that. 123 seconds late. That's just 2 minutes late, which still officially would be on time anyway. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time on Simulated Earth Train Simulator 2017. Next episode, we're off to Japan. Stay safe out there, stay behind the yellow line. Don't forget to read your diagram so you can relieve me on time.